Hi, I'm Kaylin, and you're gay, and today we're diving headfirst into the shallow, rainbow-infused world of corporate pride, Target, and the right-wing hysteria around some ugly and colorful polyester trash. So grab a disgusting and overpriced Frappuccino and strap on that strap-on, because we're gonna talk some shit. For years now, Target has been under fire from both the queer left and the unwashed right. They've decked out their aisles with rainbow shirts, rainbow socks, and even rainbow pet accessories. And while I'm sure a bunch of baby gays and freshly cracked eggs love it, I've always found this stuff to be a little pandery, a little basic, a little hideous. But mostly that's because a rainbow is not like my color palette. I've always leaned more goth than We Sing in Sillyville in my attire, despite Silly Wim being a stone cold fox. But I'm not against a little virtue signaling. I just like it to be a little less virtue-y and more like vicey. And listen, you're allowed to want pride-themed stuff, but really, they weren't even trying. This shirt is just a bunch of random pronouns. This is Marsha P. Johnson done dirty with her cigarette photoshopped out. And this is a straight up mother love and hate crime. And don't get me wrong, Target, I'm all for celebrating pride and expressing our true colors, but forgive me if I'm a little skeptical about the motives, because does a rainbow fanny pack really scream radical queer liberation? You have to wonder, do they have a pride section because it's profitable and pads their margins? Or because this faceless corporation is a legitimate ally to gender and sexual minorities? Well, we don't need to wonder, because Target just pulled their pride displays due to the widespread and increasing backlash against LGBTQ+ people. And we know this is why they did it, because these absolute worm-brain freaks have been filming themselves and others as they go into Target stores to cause scenes, to have some little tantrums. One of the most iconic examples of this involves a straight-up bad bitch queen who was filmed in an attempt to make Target look terrible, but instead, the internet canonized her. Scratch J.K. Rowling's raggedy face off these votive candles and make one of her, please. I have a P.O. box. Send it to me. I love her so much. Someone once said I was as annoying as her, and I was like, thank you.
They're gonna call the cops.
Oh, I hope they do. Hey, do you guys support the satanic pride propaganda?
Yeah, both.
You support it?
Satan and pride.
You support Satan?
Mm-hmm.
What's God gonna think of that?
I don't believe in God.
So you
Did
think
you need help with something?
you support the propaganda that's targeting the kids?
There's nothing targeting kids.
It's all over kids' TV shows. It's all over. They're targeting
Kids
the kids.
can choose to wear whatever they want.
The way she's like, I do support Satan and all the alphabety slurs, but none of that is sexualizing children. Same.
You guys are satanic.
True.
See, open satanic. Satanists, guys. That's what we're gonna get up against. It's open Satanists like her.
You're just anti anyone.
Hey, excuse me, ma'am. Do you support pride?
No, you can't disrupt any more guests. You need to leave.
Sorry.
Sir, do you support the satanic pride propaganda?
Sir?
He doesn't.
No, he just doesn't care to talk to someone so hateful and judgmental.
To be honest, I'm quite happy.
Hey, excuse me. Do you guys support this?
They do.
I'd like to award you with Ally of the Year. You've won a year's supply of poppers and pasta sauce. But that wasn't the only anti-LGBTQ+ tirade in Target to go viral. There's also this video, which came out a few years later.
That there is no insert. There's nothing on it. So.
It's disgusting. That's devil worship. That's devil worship. That's devil worship.
The way he walks into the store fucking kills me. And maybe so would he.
That there is no insert. There's nothing on it.
He being a guy named Ethan Schmidt, a right-wing dirtbag and closet case who walks like he's both got something to prove and something to remove. And no, I'm not engaging in the all homophobes are secretly gay trope. This one is, though. Like, actually, at least according to the leaked messages from Adam for Adam, where he was looking for, well, let's let the messages speak for themselves.
Take a selfie for me, babe.
Okay, Daddy, but only because I'm hard for you.
Thumbs up.
Thanks, man. I don't mind kissing or making out. I just want to lay on my back naked as you're on top of me as we French kiss. Who calls it French kissing? That doesn't seem very patriotic at all. What if we freedom kissed outside the Target? No tongue.
Hell yeah, I'm down. Do you give head?
Yeah, I do. I love when a guy's milk gets in my beard.
Can I rub my meat on your pretty face?
You can even smack me with it. I'll even suck on your balls. Listen, I'm not judging, cause same, but apparently even being this down bad doesn't cure you of your Christian self-victimization mentality. I guess someone eventually said no daddy milkies for you when he lost his Goran mind.
As we French kiss.
This is the same man who was banned from the Arizona Capitol for harassing lawmakers and staff over wearing masks, which tracks as he's the founder of a group called the Anti-Maskers Club, which is both stupid and has a very retro feel. Schmidt also instigated a harassment campaign against a wig store that specializes in helping people undergoing cancer treatment because the store had a mask requirement. Because they worked with people with immune systems as overworked as J.K. Rowling's PR team. And just when you think the bar is in hell, this ugly village people looking motherfucker starts doing the lava limbo. Exemple, Ethan confronted a masked House Minority Leader, Reginald Boulding, who is black, asking him why he was wearing a slave muzzle over and over. He also threw up a Nazi salute and shouted, "Heil Fauci." Nar, crikey. That's crikey, isn't it, Governor? I know I'm acting like a little bit of a silly little goose about this. I'm poking fun at him because guess what? It's Pride Demonth and I wanted to have a little fun. Sue me. But this isn't actually funny. I mean, this is funny. And that's funny. But this isn't funny. And this definitely isn't funny.
So guys, this June, me and my boy Kyle, we're going to be exposing Target. So, Target, you might as well perma-ban me forever across all your stores in the United States, because if you don't, we're going to be coming to every single one, and we're going to be exposing every single Pride, Pride Shrine, satanic Pride Shrines for children. We're going to be exposing every single one. We're going to be pressing all the managers at every single Target. We're going to find and expose all the LGBT supporters at all the employees that support it. We're going to be exposing them. We're going to make massive scenes in every single Target across Phoenix, Arizona. And we're not going to let corporate poison the children. So Target, we're giving you a heads up that, we're going to be coming after you hard. I've already exposed you guys pretty good, but, this is going to be next level stuff. So,
Rice wins, LGBT loses.
Yeah. I also like to hunt LGBT supporters on my free time. That's one of my favorite pastimes, We're also, we're going to be going on hunting expeditions pretty soon. Hunting the LGBT supporters across Arizona and Phoenix. So, keep an eye out for that, because, you're not safe. If you support the LGBT agenda, you're not safe. You're not safe. Right, Kyle?
Yep.
You're not safe. They're not safe.
Ethan finds you. Ethan finds everyone.
Yep. Can't hide from me.
This man is a danger to society, clearly, but in my opinion, he's no more unhinged or dangerous than Matt Walsh, Kelly J. Keane, or Tucker Carlson. They're all part of the same reactionary, rage-fueled ecosystem of hate, creating a bullshit backlash about colorful shirts because they need to distract from the fact that they are grifters, scammers, and fascists. In response to this backlash, as the right is emboldened by their harassment campaign against Pisswater Bud Light for working with Dylan Mulvaney, and grown men are throwing tantrums in stores because companies are profiting off of queer and trans people, Target decided to now less publicly profit off of queer and trans people. Why? Cowardice. Because people on the right can't handle a little corporate pandering to anyone but themselves without calling in some bomb threats. 9, I think, so far. I call that a Fed's dozen. It's like a baker's dozen, but instead of me giving you 1 extra, I already ate 3 before I sold them to you. Let's take a break from Target just for a sec. If you've seen my other videos, you may know I do a little bit of undercover work sometimes. Some journalist-adjacent nonsense. Remember Carol Marinera? Well, when I set that Facebook account up, I used Atlas VPN. Atlas VPN is a tool that encrypts and hides your virtual location on Mac and PC and iOS and Android. And if you sign up for the big deal right now, Atlas VPN is just $1.83 a month with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Digital privacy is important even if you aren't infiltrating the dark corners of the internet like I am. For instance, if you're Googling something and use Atlas VPN, you can get more natural, organic search results, not based on data already collected on you by Google. I use that when doing Google searches for my videos so that I know whether or not the top results are something that's being fed to me because it's something I would already have clicked on or not. It's more than just a VPN, though. There's also malware protection. It blocks all the malicious links, ads, and trackers, and notifies you if something untowards is happening. And then there's the big bonus. You can watch things that are streaming that aren't available in your region. They do this to us a lot in Canada. It'll be I'll search how to watch this. And then I'll click on it and I'll sign up. And then it'll be oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know you were from the north. Oh, maybe go watch Degrassi instead. But no, you're not doing this to me. So I just click on Atlas VPN and now we're watching. If you also want to live your life unencumbered by digital borders and malicious tracking, sign up for the big deal. It's Atlas VPN for just $1.83 per month and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Click the link in the description below because this offer, she's a limited time one. Okay, let's get back to talking about Target. Also, do you like my new hair? She's blonde. And here's the thing, the rub, this itch. I don't actually care if Target is selling Pride merch beyond hating the commodification of queer liberation. I personally don't like to look like I do my clothes shopping at parades. But I'm a city girl. I lived in or around the queer village for nearly all of my adult life, despite it being disgustingly expensive. I didn't live in a town with a single gay bar on the outskirts, or none at all, and next to 0 people that are out living in the town. If that town had a Target, that little section might be the only place a person may ever see what looks like representation in their day-to-day life. An out gay man wearing a Target Pride shirt in a town like that is a radical act in a way that it wouldn't be, like in downtown Toronto. That man in that maybe tacky shirt might be the light at the end of someone else's tunnel is not something we can ignore. It shouldn't be that way, but that doesn't change the material reality that it may be that way. There are areas in the US and Canada that don't have high-speed internet. There are teens who have been cut off from extended family, friends, school, the internet, and everyone but their non-affirming transphobic parents, as I explained in this video. And maybe for them, a quick glance at the Pride section of Target is the only time that they see anything that doesn't imply that they are wrong, disgusting, confused. This is something I need to remember and often forget. People have never looked at me and seen anything other than the kind of person you scream slurs at from a passing car. I don't look ashamed of who I am. When I wear something overtly queer, it's not to display my queerness, but because I either think it's hilarious or I'm being a bit camp. I didn't need to get a necklace like Carrie from Sex and the City that says faggot, but I did because overkill is just the right amount of kill. So yeah, maybe a Target Pride section is the best some people will ever get, which is sad. Or it was, and until it was gone. But none of that makes the co-opting of queer and trans identities for profit moral. It just muddies the waters on whether or not it can serve a secondary purpose that isn't all bad. But make no mistake, Target is not fighting for the rights of LGBTQ plus people. They destroy communities, small businesses. They actively fight against unionization efforts of their employees, exploiting both their retail workers and the workers who manufacture their products out of country. But also they've shown outright they are not allies, that this Target Pride thing was performative because when the going got tough, they pulled their Pride stuff immediately. And sure, people will say they donate every year to queer organizations, but not nearly as much as they profit off of queer and trans liberation, while being completely willing to abandon us when things start to get worse. And they still do not donate as much as they donated to MN Forward, a group staffed by former insiders from Republican Governor Tim Pawlenty's administration. MN Forward was running TV ads supporting Tom Emmer, who opposes same-sex marriage. If they ever had any ground to stand on in their claims of allyship, I hate that instead of standing that ground and working to protect their employees, hiring security for the stores, and showing that they will not bend to the whims of the violent right, they did what fake allies always do: buckle. Buckle to people who say shit like this.
Now, we just know to child groomers and predators, LMAO Target is actually a child predator company.
And this.
Thick the groomers. I mean, Target.
And this.
Maybe Target and Budweiser could partner up and not go bankrupt. Keep hitting them with heights, right in that pocketbook. Those groomers will learn the lesson in the end.
And this.
Target is groomers grooming.
They buckled because straight people, in their infinite audacity, started calling Target a Satanist front organization.
Target, I have some concerns and I'm probably not alone in it.
Okay, but if Target actually looked like this, I would literally never leave. Metal as feck. I want this mannequin. But as usual, these photos are fake. Dan Reese, a software developer, confirmed in Facebook messages to the Associated Press that he created the images over 2 days last week using an AI program, Midjourney. He said it was inspired to create the images following right-wing misinformation campaigns claiming that Target was selling satanic-themed children's clothes as part of its Pride collection.
I'm a Satanist myself, so I thought it would be fun to use AI to explore what satanic-themed kids' fashion might actually look like,
he wrote in his Facebook message to the AP. There were also claims that Target was selling a tuck-friendly swimsuit for children. This, too, was a lie pushed by the transphobic right. But they caved because D-list internet musicians who came up with a parody South Park wouldn't have touched with the 10-foot pole decided Target was their new target.
Target, yeah, they target and target, yeah, they target kids, target.
Yes, I'm sure they're targeting kids with this bottle of Prosecco.
Dating with a Satanist, we all know this is the end. You paid, yeah, we gon' see. It's Mar-a-Lago 2024, we trumpet, baby.
Girl, if you don't enunciate, I'm gonna have to ask you to step out of the recording booth.
Yeah, that's why I keep it strapped, and I'm always by my bed.
Sir, I'm gonna have to ask you to step out of the tampon aisle and go pick up a razor so you can finish shaving your wet little beard. Target claims the reason they began pulling down Pride merch and displays was for the benefit of their staff, but their employees don't see it that way. This is not what they asked for, nor is it what they wanted. When Target first decided to pull the items, it seems they lied to employees, saying that they wanted to make room for other product. Here's a Target manager describing how it went down.
Not even at work today, and got told that we're supposed to be pulling all Pride from the sales floor and putting it in the back, on top of having already moved it to women's performance. I know Target manager safety is no joke. Thankfully, it hasn't been an issue so far at my store, but I know it's not outside the realm of possibility. But I don't appreciate being lied to and then having to lie to my team that this was ever about swim sales in the first place. Whether it actually is about our safety or not, I don't even want to argue. This entire situation is exhausting to deal with as a member of the community that has to make these moves and also look in the face of a company that claimed allyship only to choose money, just like everyone else. On top of every other constant attack we're getting in the South right now, work was like the one place where I didn't have to hear it, and now it's just consumed everything.
Then employees began speaking out as well.
If Target was for a single fraction of a second actually concerned for our safety, they'd step up security measures, bring in more security people, develop a system so openers and closers, or honestly everyone all day, are always walking in and out together. Someone is watching them from inside the building, walking to and from their cars, etc. But they'd rather appease the people that probably never shopped at Target to fucking begin with. What about making violent bigots comfortable at Target is going to protect team members from the violent bigots?
Moving the Pride display was bad enough, but removing a lot of the trans non-binary merchandise really drives home the feeling of alienation. It makes me feel like they'll cave on issues like the bathroom. Living in a state with aggressive anti-trans laws, a place where my ability to even continue my transition is in jeopardy, I used to feel the comfort that my workplace was taking a stand against bigotry. It was a comfort to see things like the Pride merchandise. It was something a younger me would have desperately wanted. I remember as a teen searching for any sign that people like me exist and coming up empty. Seeing it also made me feel like we weren't too far gone along the path of anti-trans sentiment. It gave me hope that maybe we can push back. I do understand that threats of violence are a concern, but I feel these moves only encourage more violence because Target has shown it works and they will fold. Many trans team members are already dealing with the stress of anti-trans legislation, and this is added on to that. By removing these items from the shelves and severing ties with queer artists, we are telling extremists that their behavior will be rewarded. We are telling the community that our support is conditional. We are setting an example that extremists will be listened to and receive respect that they don't deserve. Queerness is not something that you can parade around when it benefits you and shove aside when it doesn't. I have to live with it and deal with intolerant people daily, so Target should too.
I am the mother of a transgender daughter. I was so happy to bring her into Target to see the Pride display a few weeks ago and see if she wanted anything. Now I don't want her to come into my work to shop at all because it got moved. She already feels like everyone is trying to erase her, and now my work has done it too. I am truly heartbroken that a place she felt okay to shop in now feels dangerous.
The employees of Target were right. They had so many other options to ensure the safety of their teams, and they didn't. In fact, they've put them at risk. How is it safer to make the violent anti-LGBTQ plus people feel welcome? Why would it be less risky to show that all anyone has to do to erase queerness is to call in a bomb threat? I don't give anything close to resembling a damn about Target. We chased those fuckers out of Canada as soon as they tried to open up shop here. The only dog I have in this fight is that giving the illusion of societal acceptance is dangerous when it's not only false, but impermanent. Visibility without protection does nothing but put up, well, Target on our backs. So fuck Bud Light, fuck Target, and fuck all the other shitty companies that use us and then turn their backs and let the mob abuse us. Because that's all rainbow capitalism achieves. It's nothing but a false promise of acceptance. It lulls people into complacency, into feeling like we've actually been integrated into society, that we aren't marked, aren't, again, targets.
Hey, do you guys support the satanic pride propaganda?
Yeah. Both.
You support it?
Satan and Pride.
Support Satan?
Mm-hmm.
What's God gonna think of that?
I don't believe in God. Did you need help with something?
Support the propaganda that's targeting the kids?
There's nothing targeting kids.
It's all over kids' TV shows.
Kids can choose to wear whatever they want.